The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for cinematic villains who initially seem like good guys. This list will only focus on live action characters rather than animated. Fair warning, there are spoilers ahead.
It's time to let go. I want you to go home.
Number 10, Leonard Shelby, Memento. In Christopher Nolan's mind-bending neo-noir, Leonard doesn't fit the typical villain mold because he doesn't even realize he's the villain.
I should kill you.
Quit it, Lenny, come on. You're not a killer.
That's why you're so good at it.
Suffering from short-term memory loss, Leonard embarks on a quest for vengeance against the man who killed his wife. However, as the story unfolds in reverse, we uncover a devastating truth. Leonard has been manipulating himself, deliberately erasing his memory of his own crimes to sustain his purpose.
The torment and pain and anguish tearing her up inside. The insulin.
That's Sammy, not me. I told you about Sammy.
Yeah, right. Like you tell yourself over and over again.
His actions, driven by grief and denial, blur the line between victim and perpetrator, making him his own antagonist. Leonard's tragic flaw isn't malice, so much as his inability or refusal to face the truth about himself.
We all need mirrors to remind ourselves who we are. I'm no different.
Number 9, Max Lawrence, The Lost Boys. The boss and boyfriend of protagonist Michael's mother, Max initially appears to be an affable man trying to win over a single mom and her quirky kids.
Well, you're the man of the house, and I'm not coming in until you invite me.
You're invited.
Thanks very much.
As the local video store owner, he's polite, charming, and even a little awkward. Hardly the type you'd peg as a villain. But Max's true identity is revealed in a shocking twist.
David and my boys misbehaved. I told you, boys need a mother.
Max, what are you talking about?
He's the head of the mysterious vampiric cult in town, and his plan to turn the family into bloodsuckers was hidden behind his genial demeanor all along. More unsettling yet, Max's calm and composed behavior stands in stark contrast to the wild and rebellious vibe of his vampire underlings.
Great. The blood-sucking Brady Bunch.
I still want you, Lucy. I haven't changed my mind about that.
Number 8, Captain Dudley Smith, LA Confidential. As the leader of the LAPD, Captain Smith exudes authority, professionalism, and a fatherly concern for his officers.
Would you be willing to plant corroborative evidence on a suspect you knew to be guilty in order to ensure an indictment?
Dudley, we've been over this.
Yes or no, Edmund?
No.
His calm demeanor and apparent dedication to law and order make him seem like a paragon of leadership in a corrupt system. But as the story unravels, so does Dudley's carefully crafted image.
So, what does Exley make of all this?
No, I haven't told him yet. I just came straight from the records room.
Beneath the facade lies a ruthless criminal pulling the strings of the city's criminal underworld. His betrayal is especially startling because he's someone the protagonist, not to mention the audience, trusted.
Are you gonna shoot me? Or arrest me?
Dudley's ability to mask his villainy behind a polished and composed exterior makes him a chilling antagonist. Number 7, Charlie Meadows, Barton Fink.
Neighbor, I'd feel better about the damned inconvenience to let me buy you a drink.
When a character is portrayed by human teddy bear John Goodman, you really don't expect him to go bad. But Goodman certainly plays against type in this 1991 black comedy.
Fire, theft, and casualty are not things that only happen to other people. That's what I tell them. Writing doesn't work out, you may want to look into it. Providing for a basic human need, a fella could do worse.
Meadows starts off as a friendly, talkative insurance salesman who befriends the titular screenwriter. With his jovial personality, Charlie appears to be a comforting, down-to-earth neighbor. As such, his true identity as the menacing serial killer Carl Madman Munt turns the story on its head.
I'll show you the life of the mind! I will show you the life of the mind!
Meadows' ability to switch between a warm, unassuming companion and a terrifyingly violent killer makes him a baddie who's as deceptive as he is memorable. Number 6, Neighborhood Watch Alliance, Hot Fuzz.
You're a what?
A slasher of prices. Just kidding.
In the idyllic village of Sanford, the Neighborhood Watch Alliance is a group of cheerful and community-minded citizens dedicated to keeping the town picture perfect. On the surface, they come off as harmless do-gooders, organizing local events and upholding civic pride.
But I trust you had a pleasant trip, fascist.
I beg your pardon?
System of government characterized by extreme dictatorship. 7 across.
However, beneath their friendly front lies a dark truth. They are cold-blooded murderers willing to kill anyone who threatens their idea of the greater good.
The greater good.
How can this be for the greater good?
The greater good.
From sabotaging rival businesses to outright assassinations, the NWA's methods are as shocking as they are extreme. Their chipper attitudes and polite personas make their sinister actions all the more jarring, creating a unique brand of villains who initially seem anything but threatening.
Fascist!
Number 5, Mark Hoffman, Saw 4.
Are you there, detective? If so, you are probably the last man standing.
The Saw saga is full of heel turns, but we usually go into these twists knowing that Jigsaw's victims turned apprentices were selected for their dark past. Mark Hoffman was the most shocking and consequential 180.
How'd you get in here?
We cut the door down.
Why?
Because somebody heard an explosion and called us.
The callous detective leads Saw 4 as law enforcement tries to identify a successor to the late John Kramer. A colleague rushes to rescue the kidnapped Hoffman, only to discover that he orchestrated the horrific game.
Game over.
It turns out that Jigsaw previously captured Hoffman for framing him for his own vigilante killing. Though blackmailed into becoming the next Jigsaw, he proved to be even more sadistic than Kramer.
He didn't deserve a chance. He was an animal.
Everybody deserves a chance.
You didn't see the blood.
The original Apprentice affirms that those seemingly dedicated to ethical justice in this morally twisted series can be its worst monsters. Number 4, RogerVerbo Kent, The Usual Suspects. This timid, talkative con man becomes the key witness in a police investigation into a brutal crime spree.
It was all the cops' fault. You don't put guys like that into a room together. Who knows what can happen?
With his mild-mannered demeanor and physical disability, Verbo appears innocent and even pitiable as he recounts a harrowing tale involving the elusive criminal mastermind, Kaiser Soze.
A spook story that criminals tell their kids at night, rat on your pop, and Kaiser Soze will get you. And no one ever really believes.
Do you believe in him, Verbo?
But at the film's very end, we learn that Verbo is none other than Soze himself and has masterfully manipulated both the police and the audience with his fabricated story. His unassuming nature and ability to weaponize perception, hiding his true identity in plain sight until the very end, makes him an unforgettable villain.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. And like that, he's gone.
Number 3, Aaron Stampler, Primal Fear. Gregory Hoblet's thriller introduces us to Aaron, a shy, stuttering altar boy accused of murdering an archbishop.
There was a third person?
Yes, sir.
Did you tell the police this?
Yes. Yes, I did. But they didn't believe me.
Amidst the intense legal drama, Aaron suddenly transforms under pressure, revealing a violent alter ego named Roy.
What the hell you want from me now? Quit your crying. I can't understand a goddamn word you're saying. You little sissy, you make me sick.
At first, this shift leads others to believe Aaron is a tragic victim of dissociative identity disorder. But the truth is quite the opposite. Aaron is the fabrication, a carefully crafted persona designed by Roy, the true perpetrator to bamboozle the court and evade justice.
There never was a Roy.
Jesus Christ, Marty, if that's what you think, I am disappointed in you. I don't mind telling you. There never was an Aaron, counselor.
It's no surprise that Edward Norton's portrayal of this duplicitous character earned him widespread acclaim and an Academy Award nomination. Number 2, Elijah Price, Unbreakable. Played by the legendary Samuel L. Jackson, Elijah Price is a soft-spoken comic book enthusiast with a rare condition that makes his bones incredibly fragile.
If there is someone like me in the world, and I am at one end of the spectrum, couldn't there be someone else, the opposite of me at the other end?
His intellect, refined demeanor, and passion for heroism make him feel like an empathetic, if tragic, figure. But the audience soon learns Elijah's dark secret. He orchestrated countless deadly disasters in a ruthless quest to find his quote-unquote opposite.
You know what the scariest thing is? To not know your place in this world.
Upon his reveal, he adopts the sinister moniker Mr. Glass, although his calm, thoughtful manner sharply contrasts with his violent actions. You could argue that Glass's tragic backstory still earns him some sympathy.
In a comic, you know how you can tell who the arch villain's going to be? He's the exact opposite of the hero.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Norman Bates, Psycho.
She just goes a little mad sometimes. We all go a little mad sometimes.
He's the character that cemented this trope into cinematic history. Portrayed by Anthony Perkins, Bates presents as an awkward, reserved motel owner, seemingly naive and deeply devoted to his domineering mother.
Mother, oh God, mother, blood, blood.
His gentle, almost pitiable nature raises no suspicions about the horrors lurking beneath. The movie's shocking finale reveals that Bates himself is the killer, having assumed his mother's identity in a frightening turn of events.
Well, if the woman up there is Mrs. Bates, who's that woman buried out in Green Lawn Cemetery?
Bates' innocent demeanor and tragic backstory make him both a sympathetic figure and one of film's most unsettling antagonists. This approach to on-screen villainy redefined the horror genre. Which of these antagonists do you feel is most sympathetic? Let us know in the comments down below.
I won't do that. You can't make me kill her.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.